All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Kat Cosgrove. Welcome to this April 1st, 2026 Public Steering Committee meeting. Before we get going, just a reminder that as this is a Kubernetes project meeting, we must comply with the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which boils down to be excellent to each other. If you need to report a violation, you can do that at conduct@kubernetes.io. We have four members of the steering committee here, so we can get going on this public meeting of the steering committee. Um, no updates from the CNCF aside from what's related to the AI policy. I don't think we have anything to vote on this week either, so we can move on to community topics. Mario, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so there have been some discussions in the past months regarding our Zoom and our calendar account, which means, as most of you know, a lot of meetings are in calendars that are basically created by a community member, usually like a lead, and then shared with the leads mailing list for the corresponding people, so that they have access, and then the calendar invites are then via this list, and this list is then added to the mailing list so that you get automatically invited to all of these meetings. We furthermore need Zoom accounts for each of the different SIGs and working groups, which also brings us into the position that we need to request new Zoom accounts and so on and so forth. Sharing access for sub-project leads is always hard. And in general, for example, the leads and tech leads monthly meeting usually is a major problem because people don't see it, the invite in their calendar, because what we do is we invite mailing lists into a mailing list, and that doesn't work that well.
I can confirm that it has never been on my calendar at any point. I
Exactly.
yeah.
And what we had, there had been some discussions with LFX. So CNCF came to us and said, like, if it would be a possibility, if we can move into the LFX platform for meetings. We had a look at this. There were some feature requests that were missing that are required. For example, that you can attend a meeting without being registered to LFX. That was one of the major concerns, so that anyone can
Mm.
attend those meetings. The other, and that's still in discovery, the other thing is our mailing lists email or mailing list invite being forwarded. So because we don't want to migrate the mailing list again, because we haven't even finished the previous migration fully yet. Um, and we tested it. We can invite mailing lists of mailing lists. The only thing that we're currently still trying to figure out is what if someone joins a mailing list at a later point to get the invites? That's not fully clear. I'm there in exchange with the LFX team. In general, all of our feature requests have been accepted well by the LFX, and we would like to try to move the organization there. The benefit is sub-projects can create, you can basically give rights for sub-projects that they can manage their own meetings. We don't need Zoom accounts anymore because they are all provided by the LFX. So we can basically stop our own Zoom account management and requesting new accounts. Navarun did this in the past. Thanks for this. And basically, we would also, all of the meetings would appear automatically in a specific Kubernetes calendar in the CNCF calendar. So you can basically just, and all of the SIGs would appear there. And you have also the possibility to say, okay, I want a bi-weekly meeting, I want a once in a month meeting, and so on and so forth. So all of the functionality is there. And this is something that then the SIGs can debate. You can define the time zone of the calendar to a specific time zone. So, for example, we could move all meetings to UTC, especially for daylight saving times. As all of you are aware, there's like the discrepancy between Asia, Europe, and US, where all of them are starting at a different point in time in the year for daylight saving time. And we would like to start with the contrib X and see if this works. And then if this works, bring it then to the 6 and onboard the 6. Sorry for the monologue.
It's okay. What's the downside to this? Besides us losing like some degree of control since it's not our own Zoom accounts, it's belongs to the
The
LF.
the downside would be invite management would be over the LFX platform. So whoever is a lead would need an LFX account. So all of the leads are required to have an LFX account. And technically, we still have YouTube upload would be automatic, so we could basically automatically upload to YouTube. They will go unpublished, so all of the videos will be uploaded, but they will not be published automatically. So this will still stay in our hands. And we can also kick out bots. We can also don't record on the beginning of a meeting. With just start recording when we want. So there's no downside because basically it's the same. So in Zoom it appears the same. So there's no it's still Zoom inside of the
Okay.
meeting.
Antonio?
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned that. Did you talk about the timelines we are handling here? It is a progressive migration. It is going to be like a lag situation we had in the past.
I would do it as a progressive timeline. I would not do a we now move everyone. I would just basically do one by one because it's also effort to onboard or some effort to onboard the people. We need to write documentation, and I want to make sure that we don't lose anyone who's subscribed to a mailing list. So this is really something that I want to confirm.
Okay.
Nabarin?
Let me talk about some of the downsides that we see in like tag operational resilience when managing this. When we onboarded last year, some of the complex scheduling of meeting, like, hey, can I do like first and third week of every month? This was not there. Mario, we need to check like with Rian
This
whether
has
that is added or not.
This has been fixed. You can do this now. I
Okay.
checked this in Tech Operational Resilience. I just was too lazy to update all of our meetings. That's on me.
I see. Okay. One other downside is like now you need to deal two platforms, one for mailing list, which should still be Google Groups, but calendars and scheduling would be on LFX. But this also carries a positive side is that people who just want to do calendar now don't need a Google account anymore. So they don't need to. I know that some people are particular about not having accounts in certain providers. So they can just have an LFX account and have their meetings over there. So kind of advantage and disadvantage in one go. Nothing which is at the top of my mind right now in terms of downsides. On the rollout, there is another thing that we need to see, like how do we mass migrate people whenever any group chooses to move over to LFX. But then I think we in Contribix will sort that out even before like suggesting this to the community. And when we write the guidebook, it will be similar to how we did the mailing list migration from the Google Groups to the Kubernetes managed account Google Groups.
Okay, so like a mild amount of pain and suffering. Okay.
Yeah, there would be some amount of onboarding suffering, but good thing about this is like we are going to be on a platform which like the custodians of Kubernetes project own. So we have direct access to ask them for like feature additions or anything, and they have been graceful enough to listen to us when they were demoing things and we raised problems. So that is a big positive in this case. So any problems and challenges that we face as part of this phased rollout of LFX, we will fix those.
Okay. Carpet?
Yep. So, when Mario, I have a question for you. Like when you say it will be directly uploaded to YouTube, so like we have like current automation infrastructure, which basically uploads the video to Google Drive, then to YouTube, and it also add the meeting recording to a particular playlist. So like, do we need to restructure the whole infrastructure, or I am assuming, this is my assumption, basically like when the YouTube basically the meeting recording is uploaded to YouTube, it will not be added to the playlist. So like the naming conventions which we do via automation now, and like adding it to playlists, we need to sort that automation thing out.
That's correct. I already talked with Chris about this. So basically, because the automation that we have in place is currently also separate from, or they're like two different things. And we would still keep, we would remove steps from Zapier that we don't need anymore, but we would still keep the move videos to playlists and theoretically publish videos to playlists in Zapier, because that has no influence to how we manage it. But yes, this would be we would need to touch the automation. That's true. That's something I forgot. That's true. Yeah, thanks for reminding.
Got it.
Um,
Like it will be then part of the onboarding. Like when we are onboarding new
Yeah.
SIGs, we need to also make sure that the automation will be like also fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
I don't see a problem with Contribex trying this, I think. Nabarun, your hands up.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell one good thing about the Zoom account that LFX uses to manage the meetings. There's all the Zoom AI tooling over there, and so you can enable like AI transcriptions and AI summaries of meetings. So there's no need of like external bots, and we can by default pick them out. So if people really want transcriptions to be available, those are really good ones. We use that at work as well, and that has worked out quite well in terms of the context that it gathered from the meeting. And it's opt-in, so you can disable it by default, and then for every meeting where you need it, you can enable it.
Okay. Do we have an objection to Contribex giving this a try? I think we need somebody to try it out before we decide whether or not it's something we want to
Yeah.
offer SIGs the opportunity to switch to. Okay. If there's no objection, I guess there's 5 steering people in here now, I think. Yeah. 6. I think y'all can try it out. Report back. Let us know how
Yeah.
it goes. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I expect
The
there to
ugly.
be some ugly, yeah, for
I
sure.
expect also ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the good thing with LFX, the good thing with Contrib-X is that we also have sub-projects, so that we
Yeah.
can also already try out like giving rights to sub-project owners, and so that they can manage themselves and see if this works or if it doesn't work.
Right, because the release team, for instance, is a sub project, and we have a lot of meetings that we have to manage on our own.
Yeah.
So that part functioning is personally important to me. So
Yeah.
Have fun. Let us know how it goes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. If there's nothing else on this topic, we will move on to the next one, which is talking about this AI policy update. So the new AI guidance has been merged. Largely, this is a restructuring of the policy that already existed and making some of the language more firm. In a couple of places, it said like, please disclose your use of AI, or please engage with reviewers without using AI. Now it is you must disclose it, and you must disclose it specifically in the description of your pull request. You cannot co-author with PR or with AI. You cannot co-sign with AI. Both of those are legal requirements from the Linux Foundation. We can't be flexible on that. AI tools cannot sign the CLA, so they can't be involved officially as any kind of co-author or co-signer. Easy CLA has historically not checked to see whether or not co-authors have signed the CLA. It now does. So some people may see Easy CLA getting mad at them on PRs, and that will be why. It should have been on before. It was an oversight that it was not. As for commit trailers, like assisted by or co-developed by, we aren't allowing those either. And I know that that was a suggested way to disclose AI use, and on its surface, it does sound like a good idea. The issue we have with that is that while many companies will behave, many also will not. And they will use that as a way to advertise their paid tooling. This is all, we've already seen somebody attempt this once in SIG-Docs, but we don't want to give third-party tools a thing they can point at that persists in Git that they can use to slap the Kubernetes logo on their website and say, look, the Kubernetes project supports use of our tool. So that is why we are banning the use of those trailers. We don't want private paid tools to be able to use the Kubernetes project as marketing without our permission. And allowing assisted by some paid tool to exist in the Git metadata would let them do that. So that is why that is barred. So sorry. I know that's going to upset some companies. Some companies have already set policies that they must use the assisted by commit trailer, but that they will have to be flexible and switch to putting it in the PR description. This is a first draft. Well, second draft at this point. We're going to slowly work on something more comprehensive, more specific. We do have a ton of documentation already, so there is a concern about this policy getting too long and too specific and getting buried, and people just won't read it. But we will also send out an email to dev probably later in the week that goes into this AI guidance and why we did this. But are there any questions or concerns or suggestions on this? No, everybody thinks we did great and we deserve high fives and you love us so much. Okay, good. Cool. That is the end of our current topics. Does anybody, Nabaroon's got his hand up. What's up, Nabaroon?
Yeah. So related to this, we GitHub admins, we do have a policy up for proposal for AI code review tools. So
Okay.
one is, so this addresses the code generation part, and there is another policy that we are putting out on how do we vet and add any code review tool? What's going to be the life cycle? We need to assess like privacy and security of any tool being proposed. So the PR is open. Let me share the PR over chat and also on the doc. This is largely motivated by. Oh, I think Machi already added it. Thanks. You're quick. This is largely motivated by people asking CodeRabbit, people asking Copilot reviews to be enabled, people asking like other ad hoc tools to be added. So what we want largely to come out of it is that whenever somebody proposes a tool, it needs to be backed by a project. They need to do a privacy and security assessment, and they
Mhm.
need to be giving us a report on like how did the tool help them out, or if it did not help out. There is going to be a 90-day vetting period on how did the tool perform, and then we only decide like whether to keep it permanently or not. But even before adding it, we do want like privacy and security assessment to be done on how the tool works, what does it expose, and those kind of things. So
Okay.
my request is like to everyone here and everyone listening to this or looking at the notes is to go and like read the proposal in review. Some parts might have been missed out. So if you feel like there is something that is missing in the policy, please go ahead and comment on it. It's still up for review.
Rita put in the chat for Copilot, you can disable include co-authored by to false. That is a thing we need to be careful about with these tools. I know a lot of them, when they suggest a change, they do automatically co-author the PR. So we would have to be careful that that is not a thing they are doing. Sorry, my cats are being like mad clingy. But yeah, that's a thing to keep track of. But otherwise, I don't really see. I trust that y'all are on top of the security requirements for something like this. Arpit?
Yep. So basically, I joined the call for like two things. Like first of all, I want to like thanks all the steering members for signing the letter and like providing me on such a short notice because I got the
Oh,
visa and I'm able to attend
you got the
the
visa?
KubeCon. Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's great.
I was there at KubeCon. I wasn't able to like meet all of you, but that is a like a really great help. So I like want to thanks all of you for that. I you like provided the letter like really fast. Like it's all not even a day. So thanks thanks a lot from my side.
You're
Uh,
very welcome.
second second thing is we at SIG Contrabacks are trying to do SIG focused NCO. So the problem statement goes like this. The current NCO, what we have right now is sort of, it has repetitive content. We basically talk about what is Kubernetes, the community structure, and we basically tell everyone like, okay, we collect some data from all the SIGs, what are the open call for help and all, and like we present it. The problem is for most of the folks, first it is repetitive. Second, what we have noticed is most of the folks either don't take action or like they want to learn about a particular SIG in detail. Also, like from my personal experience, I feel each SIG have a different working style or let's say working culture sort of a thing. What we are trying to do is we are trying to have SIG focus NCOs. I already talked to message on this one. We are trying this with CLI for the very first time. But I also want all of your help because all the steering members are some or the other way involved with couple of multiple SIGs. I already sent a message in Cheers and Tech Leads that we are trying to do this. The idea is because we have 24 SIGs, so we are planning like one session per year because every month we do uh, like two NCOs. One is AMER and one is MER. So that way we can cover all the SIGs in a year. So like our idea is to do one SIG focus, like SIG focus heavy session. So like I need your help with like reaching out to tech leads because from each SIG that way.
Sure. I mean, we all have leadership positions in other SIGs ourselves, but we are also all assigned to be liaisons for groups of SIGs. So I think we can help you for that. I personally am happy to run one for SIG release, or at least for the release team sub project. That's fine. The content already exists. It would just be regurgitating the shadow onboarding call. So Yeah.
Oh, that's like that would be great. Also, like uh, uh, for SIG release, will it be the perfect time to do it like in the month of April, or it
uh,
would be like May, whenever SIG release requires most of the contributors,
I
according
could
to
do
you?
it in April, but like personally, I don't have any travel this month, so like I could do
Okay.
it pretty soon, honestly. Does anybody else on steering object to helping with this or want to volunteer to run one for a SIG they have a leadership position in? No? Okay. We will help you reach out to chairs and tech leads. I will get a thread going so that we can keep track of it and a doc going, see if we can get it moving. But I think that's a good idea. We do all work very differently for sure, and we have different needs that we're all hyper aware of right now because annual reports have just finished. So we do know exactly what each SIG is working on and what each SIG currently needs. Oh, cool.
Cool. Then I will DM you the details
Yeah,
for the NCF. Yep. Thank you very much.
no problem. Uh, thank you, Ray. All right, any other topics we would like to cover? Okay, I guess that is it. Who would like to volunteer as bosun for the next public meeting on May 6th? Where you will be assigned. Hey, Rita, what are you doing on May 6th?
May 6th. I think I might be out that week.
Hmm.
I can maybe do the following one.
We only have to pick for this one right now. Paco, what is bosun? It's the person who's responsible for running this meeting, making sure it happens, time boxing topics, uh, gathering agenda items, that kind of stuff. We assign a new one for every public meeting. Antonio, Paco, Sasha, any of you want to do it, or is it going to be me and Mache trading?
I will do that.
Okay,
Just send me.
Antonio, it is. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending this public steering committee meeting, and thank you for the very helpful conversation. We've got some good action items. We've got good work going. Thanks, everybody. I am stopping the recording now. I will see y'all on YouTube. Boop. Where's the stop recording button? Boop.